Nosferatu. Basically, Dracula, but not called Dracula. Not even kidding. Welcome back to Never Seen, where I haven't watched something, I then watch it, and then I tell you about it. Because that's content. And this one, Nosferatu. I never say it like that, I always say Nosferatu. I always roll the R's. I like to roll my tongue around R's. Take that as you will. But on this one we're doing Nosferatu. Now how did I choose Nosferatu? Well, the two boards behind me. Horror, cult. When I watch a horror one, a cult film gets added to a list. I then spin that list, and whatever it comes up is the next one, and we watch that. Because my goal is to watch everything on both these motherfuckers. And yes, we ended up with Nosferatu. Now, what is Nosferatu? Well, for anyone who doesn't even know Nosferatu in the slightest, I mean, this is coming from the guy who hasn't seen the film yet. Nosferatu is Dracula. I guess. If you've ever seen like a flashback through Universal Studios or flashback through horror or the iconic images from horror, you'll have seen this clip. This is Nosferatu. It was a silent film and it's really old. Now the best thing about this film being so old, it's actually in public royalty. Which means I could put this film on, sell tickets for it, people pay to come watch it, and I make bank because it's in the public royalty. It basically means it's royalty free. No one owns this film because it's that old. It's brilliant. It's like the Bible. You can just print one and make it. Copyright laws are really weird. But obviously I have never watched this. Now why? Well, to put a long story short, it's an old silent film. I don't like reading subtitles. I mean, are you seriously telling me you couldn't just dub over and skip out the words? Who knows? But I digress. So you know the drill by now. I know the drill by now. We knock all this down. We get the green screen up. I watch it, record the first 20 minutes and see if anything happens. But it's a silent film. Will anything happen? So, how about we do that then? Because my name is Ash Lynch, and I have never seen Nosferatu. Until now. What the fuck does that say? Really? What's that? So, what is Nosferatu? Well, long story short, it's Bram Stoker's Dracula before Bram Stoker's Dracula became Bram Stoker's Dracula. This is just Dracula. It's Dracula. There's nothing else you can explain to it. It is black and white, silent film, Dracula just called Nosferatu, with, quite honestly, one of the most iconic looks for Dracula ever. It would be a battle between him and Gary Oldman's Dracula in second place, with the obvious first place going to Bela Lugosi for blah blah blah.
I do not say blah blah blah.
But if you enjoy watching Bram Stoker's Dracula, this is a much more toned down version with, again, an incredible performance. Instead of it called Dracula, it's Count Olaf, but it's still the same. Coffins full of dirt being taken on a ship. He's bought residence within England, so he's bringing all this dirt so he can keep his powers. I will say it's really funny watching Dracula run down the road holding a coffin.
Run.
Really funny. But all in all, it's an important watch if you want to see how far we've come as film. Especially if you watch what happens to Count Olaf at the end of the film. Even when he is just standing there. It's an iconic image, it's an iconic look. And this is about a time where you've got like the Hunchback of Notre Dame and the Phantom Mary. They're standing there. He's these dominant figures and he's pointing his finger and but with this guy, he just has to stand there. Or when he moves, he's walking to the point where he looks like he's floating. It's brilliant. If I was going to give this pretty much the quickest review, story, can't give it any higher than 2.5. Again, it's Bram Stoker's Dracula, just called Nosferatu, with Count Olaf instead of being called Dracula. For execution, you have to measure it with everything else that came out at the time. You can't measure it and compete it against modern film. But even then, they did a masterpiece of this film. It was phenomenal. I would give it a 3.5 for the time. So we get to 6. People are going, oh, this is one of the greatest vampire films ever. Chill out. He looked cool, but it wasn't one of the best. Dracula is a pretty good film. But now we need to find out, because we've now taken one off of this list, we need to take one off of this list. So let's spin that wheel. What did you think of Nosferatu? Have you seen it before? If you haven't seen it, I would recommend you go out and check it out. If you enjoy the Never Seen series, please like the video, comment down below if you have any suggestions of films you think I haven't watched or what you thought of Nosferatu. Tell me, let me know, please let me know. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, because you'll never miss any more Never Seens. You can catch up on the rejected Star Wars, the rejected saga reviews, because the next one's going to be a beauty. Also the Brief History series, we got a very special one coming up next, and Dark Side of the Screen, which we're following a film that is for kids and for families, but it's really creepy. So make sure you stick around for that. But until next time, my name's been Ash Lynch, and I had never seen Nosferatu. Until now.